Yeah.
Yeah. I also practice into G now, so if I can show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so that's the beginning of G, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So usually I practice technicals and then the sound.
Sounds good.
Okay. So this is where I have to do mind switching. You recognize this is a G now, so it's not.
Yeah,
a
your
G.
dough has moved.
So let me see how can I can say.
So I want to just add a note here. The advantage of moving your dough
Yeah.
is that you can play a piece of music. Let's say you're going to play with the singer.
Yeah.
And one day you're playing your violin and someone's singing with you and they have a really high voice.
Yeah.
So you think, okay, I'm going to play with A being my do, right?
Right.
So I'm going to play. Right? And that's your do. And then the next day you have someone who has a lower voice. So okay, I'm just going to move my do. Right?
Right.
So learning to hear the music in that in relation to itself within the scale is super important.
Yeah.
Because then you can take that piece of music, you can transpose it to any key.
Yeah.
Really, really useful. However, the problem can be when you are reading music and you suddenly realize that, wait a second, I'm not quite sure, where I am, what scale I'm in, and that sort of thing. So being able to read the music and know where you are in the music is also an important skill. So two very different ways of looking at it. Both are extremely important.
Yeah, sometimes I feel I can play it easily if I don't look at it.
If you
just
don't
memorize
look at it.
Yeah,
we're
if we
all
memorize it, we have to struggle. So.
And I recommend both ways.
Yeah,
it's
so.
important. Very good. Excellent. Really, really nice. It doesn't have fingerings in here, and you are absolutely right in going playing open strings. It's easier that way.
Yeah.
Very soon, considering how fast you're moving through this, we are going to be playing not in what we call first position, where my first finger is exactly one step up, but we can play in different positions, right?
Yeah.
And so it's important to start making use of your fourth finger as much as you can. Okay, so let's take a look at this piece of music. We have London Bridge, right?
Yeah.
We can use pencil or pen.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we're going to look at these ones, which are the open D string, right?
Right.
The first one goes up to a first finger. We're on the D string. The second one you can choose. You can either say, okay, I'm just going to stay on D for 3 notes, and then I'm going to go to my G string. Okay, so this one is kind of optional. You can choose whether it's open string or fourth finger. You might want to use fourth finger just to practice going over. It's a really good skill. Also, what it does is because you just played D, right? You can, so
Makes sense. Yeah.
it really helps you to practice tuning that D, because you just heard it on the open string, and now you're going to use your fourth finger, and hopefully it's going to sound the same, right, if it's in tune. So I would strongly recommend fourth finger here on this one. Okay. Then we look at this one. I can go to my open D, but look where I'm staying on the G string. So again, let's use this opportunity to stay on finger 4. Here again, I have a choice.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually going to the D string afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is a great opportunity to check if my fourth finger is in tune. Do you see? Because if I do this one fourth finger and this one open string, I can compare this one to that one and make sure that I'm playing this in tune.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we're going da da. I would do 4 again. I would do 4. I would do 4 because I'm staying on the G string. So see how we've now taken this simple exercise. Now, if you were 5 years old and you were learning violin for the first time, I would never say to you, use your fourth fingers. I mean, very unlikely, because for a 5-year-old, you want to keep it as simple as you possibly can, and their fourth fingers are a little bit on the weak side. This is going to be really hard for me to explain to them, but for you, use this as a more advanced exercise and start adding in those fourth fingers.
Fourth fingers, that's good.
Okay, so da da. You don't want to play 4 and open here. Don't use the open. So it's open for the first. Go to 4.
Got it.
Do you see how your fourth finger, now listen really carefully, your 4 did not match your open string. And this is why this is such a great exercise, because you just played it and now you're going to play it again. That's it. Good. Now let's also listen to the quality of your sound on the fourth finger. I don't know if you noticed, but you're playing with a beautiful sound here. And then I hear.
Yeah, because I hesitated, I was not sure.
It's not hesitation. I mean, it may be a little bit of hesitation, but there's 2 things. One, in order to get a good sound, we have to develop velocity in our fingers. Right? And that fourth finger is really weak right now. So it's not holding the string down very well. Do you hear?
Oh, yeah.
So it's really important to start building that strength in that finger, right?
Got it.
But another thing, when you go from this string and you go there, do you see what I just did? So I'm here in my bow straight, and I'm going to the G string, and I'm going crooked. See, there's 2 things against me in that fourth finger. So again, this is an advanced exercise now. You're learning to move your bow over to the G string straight and building the strength of your pinky, and at the same time tuning your fourth finger. So all these great things that you can do with this simple little piece.
Okay, so I practice it. I also practice the bottom.
Good.
This one.
Okay.
So.
Okay, now try to straighten yourself. When you're on the D string, your bow is perfectly straight. When you're on the G string and you get to the tip, you're crooked. You're over the collarbone. Good. Let's go back to the G string for a moment. When you're on the D string, your positioning of the arm and everything is really, really good. Right? You're really right there. When we go to the G string, and you can practice actually going from here to there, you want to raise your elbow but not your shoulder. When I raise my shoulder, it pushes it out, right? So you want to practice being able to move up and down at the tip Excellent.
Good. So,
I'm just noticing the time we're gonna have to stop. But
yes, we have to
that's
stop.
really, really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
so keep it up.
So I got all the way here. So we
Good.
can do this next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. The challenge is for me, of course. First of all, recognize the notes. So that's one thing. Another thing is those basics.
And the basics.
Yeah. So I watch the video to make sure. Because
so
it's hard
good.
to memorize all their corrections.
You can
Yeah.
also record yourself playing. I find that invaluable.
Oh yeah.
Because we get so wrapped up in the notes and
Yeah.
everything that we're doing that we don't realize when we're starting to hunch over or
Right,
when we're
right.
doing this. And,
Yeah.
or the sound quality or intonation. So if you record yourself and then
Yeah.
listen to it and say, I can't believe how out of tune I was, or
That's right.
or listen to that, I vibrate on every other note, but I don't
right.
vibrate every note, or
Right.
so there's so many little details that we can look at
Yeah.
when we record ourselves.
Yeah.
You don't want to overdo that because then it just tightens you to some extent when you're
Yeah.
when you're
Make me too
always
nervous, too overwhelming.
it's too sometimes it can be too much. So there's always a balance of, so when I practice,
Yeah.
I do my warm up, my
Yeah.
scales, my studies. I focus on my on fixing some part of my technique.
Yeah.
Then I might move to a piece of music and work on it a little bit. But I want every part of my practice to include playing music.
Just the music, enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Yes.
There has to be some of that.
Right.
And then you don't have a camera, you don't have anything,
right.
but just for yourself,
Yeah.
you play the songs that
Yeah.
you want to play.
That's
You can
the
play for
pleasure.
music or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to play music too. You
Yeah.
don't want it just to be a constant technical exercise.
Yeah. That's why I'm marching around, but I focus on the music. Each
Yeah.
side, technical to start, and the music.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.